yeah. You know what? Do you know what I want to talk about today? Yeah, is you know what? Because well, it's not even something I've just noticed. It's obviously something that's always that man has faced when you try and like collaborate with people and that is that
Mm,
like a lot of people lack motivation, bro. Do you understand what I
mm-hmm,
mean?
mm-hmm.
Like it's like yeah, bro. Like it's like they it's like they yeah they lack motivation. It's like I don't I just find it can be frustrating and I just don't understand it, bro. Do you understand what I mean?
But do you think, yeah, that it comes from a place of that they don't see a way forwards?
Um,
You know, like sometimes people could come to a loggerhead and they feel like they can't overcome obstacles, and that's where their drive's gone. Or
yeah.
you talking about where there's opportunities there, but they just ain't they're not motivated to take it on and do it. Do you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
the thing is, yeah, because see, there's two things because it's like sometimes it's that there's people that have just never been like I don't know, maybe they've just never been like that. Do you understand what I mean? But then there's some
Mm,
people that life can take its toll on them and they just lose their motivation. You understand what I mean? It's like they
mm,
lose their
mm,
mojo. You understand what I mean? But I
mm,
think for me, it's like I just don't understand. It's like when you're trying to collaborate with someone or you're trying to do something with someone or whatever, or you're trying to work alongside someone and they can't get themselves motivated, it just confuses me because I think, okay, what are you doing? What what are you doing? Why you're not motivated to do this? Do you know what I mean? If there's an opportunity in front of you, what are you doing? It's not you ain't got a better opportunity. Like, do you understand what I mean? You're not doing something like you're not it's like all you got to do is put energy into this and that and whatever. But you ain't actually putting energy into something else. It's not like you're busy while you're
mm.
doing this and doing that. You're not actually doing anything. So what is it that stops people from actually being active and being productive when they've got free times on their hands? Do you understand what I mean, bro?
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, no, definitely, 100%. Because yeah, I get what you're saying. Obviously, sometimes for myself, talking personally, sometimes for me, I feel like I try to do too much. Does that make
Yeah,
sense? So
yeah. But see,
sometimes, like when you think, I'm gonna do my day's work, da 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 da. And when I get home, I'm gonna do this, do that, do that. Then after a while, you just kind of it's like not a mental blockage, but you think you're exhausted and you have to just stop, even though you kind of want to get the maximum every day,
yeah,
but that's just my personal experience. I find sometimes it's just, I think when I first had the hunger, I could go on like till 1 o'clock in the night, just doing stuff. Do you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
But that's different. That's either because that's when if you've been doing that, that's sometimes you push yourself to the limit.
Yeah.
So that's just balancing your time and what you got. You can't. None of us can. You can't. No, we're not Superman. We can't do everything. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm,
But
mm,
so that's I think that's a different thing. And I also understand sometimes that I've been a victim of it. You can get complacent. Do you understand
yeah.
what I mean? So if you get comfortable with where you are. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm,
But
mm-hmm.
sometimes you see people, and I don't know. Everyone's what they want, and everyone's thing is different. So you might look at someone and think, bruv, you can't be happy with where you
Yeah,
are. Do you understand what I
yeah,
mean? You don't look
yeah,
happy. You can't, and if you are happy where you are, it's not really normal. Do you understand what I mean? But then
yeah,
at
yeah,
the same
yeah,
time, you can't tell someone what's normal. But I think, especially like, for example, if you see someone that's got a talent, they might have a talent, but they can't motivate themselves to even act and try and, um, what's it called, like chase their talent, like, you know what I mean? See where it will take them.
yeah.
Like, so,
Yeah, obviously, we probably know a lot of people that come to that kind of stage in their life where they haven't really got the drive no more or the motivation. Is it that they're drained and what life has thrown at them? They just can't go on no more.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But then you're
yeah,
right. Some people just ain't got that motivation, or because everyone, for like I say, everyone must want something. They want to achieve something. Everyone wants to be successful in an easy life, but some people, like you said, haven't got the drive and the motivation to push through it and do it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's because it could be as well like either did it how badly do they want it, and they just can't, or even if they want it badly, but they just don't know how to gear themselves up. They don't know how to, do you know what I mean, push themselves.
Mm,
Do you understand what I mean? It's like,
mm,
and that's what, and it's, some of it is probably bad habit as well, because you know, like I think
mm.
we spoke about it before, where when you get used to just having a thought and not acting on it,
Yeah,
then it becomes a norm. Do you understand
yeah,
what I mean? Where when you get used to thinking, all right, then you know what? Even if you sit down, even if it's like, because a lot of things you have to find the time to do it. So you might have a 9 to 5, but there's something else you
yeah,
wanna
yeah.
push on with after hours. But then you might get home and you might sit down and think, oh, I should do this. But you get used to thinking about it, but not act on it. But once you think, you know
Yeah.
what, let me put an hour into it, then it'll become normal. Do you
Yeah,
understand what I mean?
that is right. Like once you break that cycle, it does become normal because it's like when you go gym. Like at first, you like it's easy to say no, but once you break that cycle of overcoming and going through that threshold of getting past that, let me just leave it to another day. That will
Yeah,
become a habit.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Because it's like sometimes you got things that you know you need to do. You think this could kind of change my situation, or I could actually earn or make money from this. So you know that you need to kind of, even though it might take an hour of mentally straining you, but you know once you get over it, it will kind of improve your situation. You know?
And that's the thing, and then you know as well, because then you can think like, what are you actually doing in that time?
Yeah.
If you're just sitting there watching
Watching
TV,
Netflix. Yeah,
watching Netflix on YouTube on
but,
your phone.
but bro, it's deep because some people actually can't go without it. Like they need to watch these programs, or they get in the habits, you know, of it's an addiction, isn't it? Because like me, like that's why there's certain things I like to watch, but I won't pick up everything because I know how easy it is to get addicted to programs and shows, and that takes responsibility or priority to other things. Does that make sense?
Bro, you know what? You're right. That's why I can't, like, I can't watch soaps, bro. Like,
Yeah.
because to me, and I even say, because even, obviously, a lot of the women then watch EastEnders and all them something there. And I say, how can you watch something that never ends? Do you understand what I mean?
Exactly.
It never ends, bro. Like, it's just gonna keep, like, it's gonna just keep going. Every week it's shown 3, 4 times a week. It's never ending. There's no conclusion. You
Yeah.
understand what I mean?
And there's
So,
always gonna something to tie you back in. Oh, I want to see what happens there. I want to see what happens there. So you're already
exactly.
planning your evening tomorrow for 7:30, 7:30, when you could be doing other things, you know. And that's where, as a whole, people are lacking achievement because of these things.
Well,
Do you know what I'm saying?
that's where it's
Because
gone.
even if you go back to like things like prison, yeah.
Mm,
Think about in the 90s, you know, when it was just no TVs, no computer games. You had to read books. You had to
yeah,
read papers. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
bro,
You had to
yeah.
conversate with your next door. So people was coming out. Like, even though I don't like to say it, that made people dangerous, but also it brought man to another level.
Bro, let me
You understand what I'm saying to
say,
you,
no, you're right, because I remember, bro, like, them day there, like, Joe in the 90s, man would fight over newspapers, bro. Like,
bro?
that was a highlight. To get a paper was a highlight. Man's reading the paper from start to finish, every word, bro.
Every little word, paragraph, you're not missing nothing. And when the man them, obviously we used to try to read other things other than the Sun and newspaper and the
Yeah,
Mirror. But then when people in their cell board, give them a Daily Mail, give them an Express, give them a Time. They're reading it.
yeah, they're
You,
reading that, bro.
you know?
Even obviously I don't know what them places are like now, thankfully, but even like when man used to chat so much crap to the next door neighbours and that, like I remember man used to just man will tell their next door neighbour a whole film. Like, if they haven't watched the film, I remember doing like man would just take turns to tell each other a whole film, the whole storyline. Like,
Yeah.
and if you think of it, that's keeping your mind sharp in it, bro. You
Yeah.
understand what I mean? In them
Yeah.
place there.
And everyone was familiar with each other because you build relationships and everyone knows it could be a man from Southampton, but within
Yeah.
6 months he knows everything about you and all your man them and
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying to you, and
yeah,
then you also learn about him and his area and where he's come from. You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying to you?
yeah.
But
course, course,
but
course, course.
even if you see that, it's like that's why I believe they allow TVs and PlayStation all these things now to keep them dumb in there, not so
Bro,
they're not progressing and not coming out a bit more intelligent, a
bro,
little bit more, you know.
bro. But that's, I think that's society in general, bro. Because if you think about it,
Mm,
bro, you see, like there's certain social media sites. I don't really want to start calling out too much names where they're killing people's brain cells, bro.
bro,
They're killing people's concentration spans. Like even
bro.
me, there's certain of them that I can't even go on car. You can't. It's so everything's so quick. I can't even watch something. If I see something now and it says 25 minutes, I can't watch it. That's too long.
Yeah,
You understand what I mean? So I had to force myself to start watching things that
and
are
watch it all the way
longer
through
again
in it.
and watch it all the way through. But because if you're not, your concentration span just goes. And to me, brother, and you know me, I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, you think like the certain countries that are pushing that manufactured certain social media pages, bro. Their country, the people ain't allowed to watch them something there. But
Come
then they
on,
got
yeah,
the whole Western world on that on them side there. They
like
just live
Asia.
on them.
Like you got to look at like the Oriental countries. Yeah, they've got the most strictest education system ever. They don't even really have playtime.
But they
You understand what I'm saying to you?
created some of the social media sites, bro.
Exactly. You know, but they're properly like it's so strict and so stern that you wouldn't even believe. I remember reading up on it and I think it all makes sense. But then they're pushing out so much garbage for everyone else to watch. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. That's
But
what I'm saying, bro.
even look back when we was young, when we was kids at school, primary school, you only had an hour of TV that you would watch. BBC One and ITV 3:30 till 5:30, and that's it. You
And
know
and and the thing is as well, not only that, but even when we was watching a program, you'd have to wait a week for the next episode. Now,
exactly.
bro, you know people, bro, you're binge watching that, bro. Like you people wait a week. That's impossible for certain people, bro.
Yeah,
Do you understand what I
and
mean?
and kids can watch their things all 24/7 if they want to. Do you know what I'm
But
saying?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But bro, yeah, it's to now. Even when you meet these people that like more motivation, if there's it's gonna get even worse,
Yeah,
bro. But
it's
yeah,
bad.
I don't understand what I'm to some man though, bro. Because
Mm,
I just like like you just see man, you think, bro, what are you doing? Do you understand what I mean? You're not like liven up. Do you get what I mean? I don't get it, bro. Do you understand
mm,
what I mean? I don't get
yeah,
it.
no, definitely.
Like, do you reckon, is it just laziness? Is it just sloppiness, bro? Like, what is it, bro? Like,
I think
do you
I
get,
think it's a bit. I think obviously as you get older, you know, when you're young, you don't really notice people's characters trying out because we're in a gang and other people, you don't realize certain men are holding up each other. But yeah, some man are just lazy, bro. Some man, some man is happy to smoke weeds, drink a juice, you know, and
yeah,
just no motivation to get, or maybe they don't feel like there's anything out there for them. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, bro.
bro? You know what it is? I don't even think it's just that because I think sometimes, like I said, I think sometimes you can put opportunities in front of people and they just so stuck in just doing nothing that they can't even push themselves to take the opportunity. And I don't know if it's, and even if it might not be it might not be the greatest opportunity, it's better than what they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's like if you give someone something that's part of what they want to be, there's something that's their dream they want to get involved in. I don't understand how a man can't just push themselves. I don't
Yeah.
understand. Is it a mental blockage,
It
bro? Like, do you understand what I mean?
it might be a mental blockage, you know,
Do you know
and maybe just
what I mean?
it's
Sometimes
low energy, low vibration, you
that's
know.
what I was gonna say, bro. Like when man's sloppy and hard, like sometimes you got that's why keep yourself in shape is important as well, bro. Do you understand what I mean? Because
Definitely.
your energy levels it rises your energy levels. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Even things like even since I started eating like organic vegetables, fruits, you feel the difference, bro. You got a natural dopamine high. You always feel in good spirits. You always feel up for things.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know, something you eat the wrong diet, you're always in a negative state. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's what it is, bro. That's what
And
it is.
also things like gym, you know, you have to get your body moving. You have to get your blood pumping. You know, you have to get in a good state. You know.
Well, bruv, listen, and that's what people don't understand. The body's made for movement, bro.
Mm,
The body's not made to just not do anything, to just be sat or to be stationary. Obviously, you need rest, but the body operates better when it's in motion. It's made to be
Mm-hmm.
emotional. So when a man's spending too much time just sat down, you know what I mean, in
Yeah.
front of on their phone or in front of the TV, that's not what you're that's not what we're here for, bro. Do you understand
Yeah,
what I
come
mean?
on. Yeah,
Do
come
you
on.
understand?
Because we know the
And
difference. We know as soon as you go gym 3 times a week, you're ready for it. You know what I'm
do you
saying?
understand what I mean? And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, because sometimes I just find myself I was screaming for respite, but really respite is not. You want to stay busy. You want to stay active. You don't want to be like again you need rest, but you have to get in moderation. You shouldn't run from being busy. Do you understand
Yeah.
what I mean? Do you get what I mean?
No matter how busy you are, you know, you're gonna get some sleep at the end of the night, and it just make sure you have a good sleep, innit? You know.
Exactly. Exactly. And
You know.
you know what as well? And you know the thing as well, what they say as well, and it's so true. I remember a man gave me something to read one time, and it said the more you do for someone, the less they can do for themselves, bruv.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how real that is, bruv.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I mean? You had that the more, because sometimes the more you do for people, the less they can think. Do you know what I mean? And even the smallest things, you don't even realize it, bro. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, there's been even times where even at home, I've just let my missus like just put everything away and clothes and that. Then I'm looking for things and I don't even know where to start. So I'm like,
Mm.
well, and then like, you know, like, oh, can you find me a pair of socks? Can you find me this? Why is it too? But then I'll be looking at the wardrobe, like thinking, I don't know. It seems like too much headache to
Yeah,
even look.
yeah.
And
To
then I
drag
realized, like,
everything out and
bro, like, it seemed like too mentally draining. Then I realized, well, you know what? I'm a man that lived by myself for so many years. How did I get like this? I said, no.
yeah,
This
yeah.
ain't healthy for me.
Yeah, because that's happened to me. Sometimes you get the kids' school uniform ready for them. I think they're like, open the window, goes, where am I looking? And it's just such a mental fuck. You
It's
know,
a
oh, it's there. Look
mental
how this.
thing.
I think, I can't deal with this. Just come and get it. You know,
Yeah.
but like you said, you
That's what
have to.
happens, bro. That's what happens, bro. Like, and even sometimes you're looking and you don't see it, they'll come and fight in 2 seconds, and that's when you know, wow,
Exactly.
I ain't switched on. I ain't switched on right now. I need to slow it down. I need to get that patience back again. And you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And it seems like small things, but them kind of things become big things. You've got to be able to just, all right, boom. You've got to be able to deal with difficult situations or things that make you think. People run from things that make them think and make them have
100%.
to. They run from
100%.
effort, bro. Everyone
Yeah.
wants everything to be effortless, bro. Do you understand what I mean?
100%. 100%. And that's what you got to kind of get used to. Because I remember even when I first started this like the gas and that, I mean, we was doing boiler installs. Sometimes I think, my man, just do that part just so we can get out of here today. Do you know what I'm saying? So you kind of
Yeah.
run just to make it, just to get the job done smooth and get out of there. But you get complacent, but then you start to think, you know, let me just get on with it and get it done. The first couple of times might be a bit, struggle a bit, but you'll get through it. And then, like you said, you'll get used to kind of facing these things head on. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because you know, a man said that, oh, for you to be a valuable, even if it's an employee of a man of value, you have to be able to handle difficult situations as part of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro.
Always stretch yourself. Never expect a day just to be normal. Always thinking, okay, I'm gonna go to this. I've never done that before. Now, you know, I might struggle. I might have a bit of a nightmare at first, but that's how you become valuable, and that's how you become a high level person. Did you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no. That's a fact, bro. That's
Mm.
a fact because even I've had like, cause you know, and I've had that where, like, for example, I'm doing a bit of work and I don't because what's a good thing, especially when you're doing commercial plumbing, yeah. Before you connect everything up, yeah, you step down and you look at everything
Mm-hmm.
to make sure everything's straight, the high level stuff straight, everything. But then when you're rushing, sometimes I'm not gonna look down. Bam.
Yeah,
You put it in,
yeah.
you step back, and it's a bit bent or it's not
Wow.
level. And then I had to say, you know what, bro, slow it down, bro, because
Yes.
when you do that, you're just coming back on yourself, or
Yeah.
you don't want a man to come and say, "Well, mate, that pipe ain't straight," or whatever. So you have to teach yourself to listen. Let me not just be gun ho. Let me just slow down. Cause them little things make a big difference, bro.
You know,
Because you could be good at what you do, but because you're not putting enough attention to detail, someone will come and notice something so minute and say, he don't know what he's doing. Do you understand what
yeah.
I mean?
But that's
So
exactly what it is. It's attention to detail, and it's learning to deal with. That's the good thing about plumbing and gas, yeah. Because there's consequences to everything we do. We know it's learning to work in high pressure situations,
yeah,
but still stay relaxed and calm. Just still be, because
100%, bro.
even if you get anxious, now this is serious. This could
And
be da da
that's
da.
life,
Yeah,
but that's life in general, bro.
exactly. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've learned in these last year or so. Which is always, no matter what, even that's a life thing, innit? No matter what's ahead of you, what you're up against, what you got to do, no matter what's at stake, don't let it ruin your mind state and how you're moving. Just always stay calm, because that, no matter whether you're calm or anxious or moving too rapid, the situation ain't gonna change. You understand what I'm saying to you? You,
Exactly, bro. That's exactly what
you
it is, bro.
know, and you're always better. You're always more likely to do better in a calm state. You know?
That's what it is. And you know what? You know, there's that saying people always say you're too old to change, or you can't teach an old dog new tricks and all that. It's not true, but people limit themselves because of that. You should be always looking to change it. Even if you can't say, "Oh, that's just how I stay," or "That's that." No, if you know it's something that could be a problem for you or it's hindering you, change it.